Didn't you just hear him say it? Root sickness.
Holy crap, he's dead.
Ha! That was funny. One of the first anime that's made me laugh so hard I couldn't breathe was the daily lives of high school boys. I mean, I know you've had those moments in life where the most mundane thing suddenly turns into the biggest drama of the century. Now, what's so genius about this anime is how it takes things we've all experienced, like awkward conversations, daydreaming in class, messing with friends, and dials that shit up to 11. Like, there's a skit where they're trying to make fake fight scenes, and it's kind of like when you and your friends have a ninja war in the backyard, except instead of epic choreography, you guys just end up in the emergency room because some moron decided to swing a rake as a katana. And the dynamic between Tadakuni, Hidenori, and Yoshitake is basically a chaotic trio we've all been a part of. Like, Yoshitake is the one who acts like he's got it all together, but he's actually the biggest instigator. And Tadakuni, he's the straight man. He just wants peace, but he keeps getting dragged into chaos. And Hidenori, he's the wild card who shows up with bad ideas and even worse execution. Basically, he's the friend that convinces you to duct tape a skateboard to a shopping cart and ride it downhill. And I'm not gonna lie, even the way this anime looks is funny. Like, when someone says something ridiculous, the screen freezes on their faces for a solid 3 seconds. And it's the perfect pause where your brain has just enough time to go oh no before the punchline hits. If I had to compare it to something, it's basically the same as accidentally sending a text to the wrong person and having to watch those 3 little typing dots pop up in slow motion. And I can't not mention the skirt scene. They're sitting there talking about how they feel about skirts and the conversation spirals into complete nonsense. It's so dumb, yet so real. Like, have you ever spent an entire afternoon arguing over who would win in a fight? A T-Rex or 1,000 ducks armed with swords? That's the kind of pointless debate that defines this show, and honestly, life. Now, when I tend to think back on anime that made me laugh, there's always one anime that comes to mind. So there I was, sitting on my desk watching Nichijou for the first time, and I thought this was gonna be a cute little slice of life anime with some lighthearted school comedy, but it's not. I mean, how do you go from oops I forgot my homework to the principal is wrestling a deer on the school lawn? You see, something about Nichijou is that it makes you question everything you thought you knew about comedy. Like, there's literally a skit where they get bitten by dogs and start shooting laser beams from their mouths. Meanwhile, I'm over here remembering that one time in middle school when I dropped my sandwich, screamed like it was the end of the world, and my friend just calmly said, 5-second rule. See, I thought that was dramatic. Clearly, I was not thinking big enough. You see, another thing about Nichijou is its characters. You see, Yuko is the chaos queen. Reminds me of every friend who thinks they're the mastermind, but ends up accidentally setting everything on fire. You see, Mio is more like me. When I try to be calm, but someone pokes at my one secret, and suddenly I'm chasing them down the street with a chair. And then there's Nano and Hakase. I don't care what anyone says. That relationship is pure chaos and pure love. It's like if you gave your younger cousin a robot friend and said, don't break the house. Spoiler, they would absolutely break the house. Now, I can't not talk about Nichijou's animation. It is literally next level for a comedy series. Even something as simple as Nano tripping becomes an Olympic event. The first time I saw her hand fly off while she was trying to be normal, I laughed so hard I choked on my drink. Honestly, the show taught me that if you're not overreacting to everything in life, you're doing it wrong. Like, there was this one time I had a cat pee on me and I acted like I'd been struck by lightning. Very Nichijou of me. Now, before I get into this next one, I just have one question to ask you. Have you ever wanted psychic powers? No, like, seriously, I need you to think about it, right? Teleportation, mind reading, time manipulation. It all sounds amazing, right? Wrong. Because the disastrous life of Saiki K taught me that being overpowered is less about saving the world and more about dodging idiots, coffee jelly, and a guy who insists on being your best friend. You see, Saiki K's sarcasm speaks to my soul. The guy can freeze time, move objects with his mind, and still, his biggest problem is dealing with people like Nendo. You see, Nendo reminds me of that one friend, you know what I'm talking about, the one who shows up uninvited at your crib, eats your snacks, and thinks they're hilarious. You see, these Nendos will text you, hey, I'm outside, and when you open the door, he's in his pajamas, holding a gallon of milk, asking you if you have cereal. I guarantee you would feel Saiki's pain in that moment. Now, there's another really over-the-top side character, and that is Kaido. You see, the self-proclaimed hero fighting a made-up evil organization. It's basically middle school, when you and your friends were forming a secret spy club. You had walkie-talkies, fake code names, and a mission to steal cookies from the cafeteria. You see, Kaido would have fit right in, except he probably would have taken it way too seriously. You see, the comedy in Saiki K doesn't just hit, shit slaps. And the speed of the jokes feels like you're in a dodgeball game where the balls are the jokes and you're getting pelted from every angle. One minute Saiki's fixing his dad's ridiculous mistakes and the next he's literally praying to disappear. Honestly, it's the same chaos you feel when the group chat explodes with 50 messages about dinner plans. You're just trying to eat your cereal in peace. Yo, what is good, y'all boys? If you enjoyed this video, watch this one next. See you in the next one. Peace.